Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me at Tech Day Pakistan. My name is Ali Sufyan, and let's move a bit further. I'm a Microsoft MVP for Microsoft Azure Category. I'm also working at Exceed IT Services as a lead architect and technical manager. Below are my email and Twitter account if you had any questions after this session. So you may want to ask for me, let's say, or just any consultancy or anything, you can reach me out. Let's dive into today's session. I'm here to talk about Azure, Logic Apps, OpenAI, and what kind of solutions we can build with both in place. So our agenda would be automation on Azure, Logic Apps, exploiting the power of OpenAI and leveraging the potential alongside. Before going onward, I would like to discuss why automation is actually important. So automation actually allows us to reduce manual effort and errors, like while increasing the efficiency in and consistency in our day-to-day tasks. So it also enables us to free up time for more valuable tasks which we can achieve while in our day-to-day life we have many tasks which takes much of our time, which if we automate those, we will have enough time for other important activities in our day-to-day activities. So there are many solutions available for automation of tasks, including those like offered by Microsoft, offered by AWS and Google, and many other service providers. Like if considering AWS, they offer services like AWS Step Functions, which enables us to coordinate distributed applications and microservices using visual workflows, just like we will see in um, Azure Logic Apps. Google also they have a solution similar to this, like they have Google Cloud Functions, which allow us to write and deploy small uh, like uh, single purpose functions that respond to events, and it's a very lightweight solution as well, similar as compared to like Azure Logic Apps. So the point is, like, why should we choose Logic Apps over other solutions? Well, there are several reasons. Like first, it provides a comprehensive set of connectors uh, and a lot of integration options as well, which enables us to easily connect to various systems and services, like even those which are outside of Azure, like Twilio or SendGrid or other services. And it also provides us an uh, you know, easy way to automate the end-to-end workflows as well. And like uh, going forward, so if we see the Azure platform as a service uh, based structure, it offers web apps, it has mobile apps, we have API apps, we have logic apps in it. So what applications we can build or utilize in different scenarios, like we can monitor or move files uploaded to an FTP server into Azure, so we can do certain operations after that, right? We can monitor the tweets into our Twitter account and maybe analyze the sentiments, which are even like in uh, for let's say we have a company and we want to monitor that what kind of uh, reactions or sentiments people are giving for a certain product. So we can do based on that, and if there are certain variations, so we can create alerts based on that as well. And also we can uh, based on the customer service request, we can use OpenAI as well to generate smart answers. Uh, like let's say our team members are not available, so based on that we can uh, smartly answer or tackle the customers as well. Uh, that's something we can do with it. So, like going forward, like we will also talk about like a little bit about OpenAI, which we are also considering in this session. Like OpenAI, what is it? Like it's an artificial intelligence research uh, laboratory consisting of like a non-profit corporation. So what its mission is to ensure that artificial intelligence is safe for the humanity itself. And so like what happens when you combine uh, both Azure Logic Apps and OpenAI. So what we get is a powerful set of tools that we can use to build intelligent workflows, and we can also automate business processes. So for example, if we can use this to create a workflow that processes invoices and then uses OpenAI natural NLP to extract key data from the invoice. And like we can also use the image recognition model to classify images for our workflows. And there are many other solutions that can be offered. So like in summary, the combination of both Logic Apps and OpenAI offer us a very powerful set of tools, like which we can use to build intelligent workflows and automating our business processes. So, uh, going a little bit like how about what about the pricing? So, actually, if I share with you guys, so sorry, I'm going to- Azure has a lot of free services. So, Logic Apps comes under always free services for Azure. So, if we want to build small demos, we like 400 built-in actions are free with this consumption plans every month. So, but if we want to go on production, we have to like we can easily scale up, and like that would involve cost, but like we can easily scale up to production grade solutions as well. So the advantage is of using logic apps is like it saves time by designing complex processes using easy to understand design tools. It has a very nice template designer where we can automate our workflows visually. And we can also use our custom API codes and actions as well, which we will also demo during this session as well. So the basic concepts of we see the logic apps, they include uh, it includes a workflow. It has some managed connectors. We have triggers. We have actions, and we have enterprise integration in it. These are some of the uh, keywords which we will see and use while making a logic app during this session as well. So what is a workflow? Workflow is a graphical way to model the businesses, and the managed connectors provide access to connectivity and working with our data as well. Like we can import, export data from SQL Server. We can use Excel sheets. We can use any data source which is available. Like even it could be Twitter. It could be um, OneDrive. It could be SAP data or anything which we can connect, and based on that we can uh, uh, build our workflow. And then we have triggers. Triggers are like it starts a new instance of workflow based on a specific event. Sorry for the typo, it's event. And actions are the steps after which after when a trigger is activated. So we can define certain action. We will see in details after this. Like actions are could be our APIs or set of, or could be a webhook or something which we can activate after a certain event happens. So the built-in connectors, we have a lot of like a wide range of connectors available from which we can read and like we can based on those we can build our workflows like it's based on web API, web apps, request response, Google Sheets. It could be Office 365 data. It could be YouTube, Project Online, many more. Like these are just a few. There are hundreds and like more of connectors available which are there. So let's see a little bit more about uh, these concepts in detail. Like what are triggers? Trigger defines when a logic app would be running. It could be manual or it could be scheduled. Uh, it could be based on a webhook as well, and we can also poll as well. Like it can keep running or it can wait based on certain data results or uh, based on like how it like based on how we design the workflow. It could vary. So actions could be like we can define like each step after the trigger is a workflow is called an action. Every action maps to an operation that could lead or do some operation based on a managed connector or a custom API. Like let's say a scenario like we have a file server and we want that whenever a new file is uploaded on our server, we want it to be passed on to a certain API that compresses it, and then when we get the result back, we uh, like let's say want to post it back through an FTP, so we can build that kind of workflows using this. So talking about Azure Open API services, these are just recently been launched by Azure. And I think uh, like currently it's in closed, like it's not fully available to everyone. So for the sake of this demo, we will use OpenAI existing APIs. But uh, when the Azure Open API services will be publicly available, those would be obviously similar to what the other offerings are. Regarding the pricing, we can see that it's priced at 0.002 by 1K tokens, which is like almost similar to what the pricing is offered by ChatGPT or the OpenAI itself. So uh, it is like, as I said, it's not fully available right now. Anyone with a subscription to Azure can go to the link on the slide and they can apply for to like evaluate these services right now. So, like, I think I don't need to fully explain what OpenAI is. Like, everyone knows about it. It's uh, an artificial intelligence research-based organization, and they have like built certain solutions based on that. Like GitHub Copilot is there. We have HyperText, Fireball, Duolingo. We have many other solutions that nowadays we get to see that are based on these OpenAI solutions. And one of them, like which we hear a lot, is ChatGPT. That is a larger language model, and based on this, we can fine tune based our applications, and we can use this in our applications to do certain uh, things. So for this, like let's do a certain demo. Like how can we use both um, OpenAI and ChatGPT API or OpenAI API with Azure Logic apps to automate one of a few of my tasks, daily tasks, which I will show you during this demo. That how and this would obviously give you an idea that what can we do based on these technologies and automate our day-to-day life. So for this demo, what I will do is uh, first I will tell you like how we can get an API key for OpenAI. So it's very simple. You just go to platform.openai.com and go to your account and apply for the API key. You can just generate a secret key which is required to, you know, uh, call their APIs and get the responses. We also have a playground here, and which we can use to like see what kind of responses we can get or which APIs we can call. Uh, so as a like, I think this is self-explanatory itself. Regarding the Azure Open API services, which is yet to come, it's like not available fully right now, and we can just see like we can apply for it. So it would open a form from where we can anyone can like request for OpenAI services to open for them. Regarding its pricing, as we already saw, but we can check from the official site as well. Uh, Here it is, like they are based on the different models, they have different pricing. Just uh, for the standard one, it starts from like 0.004 for the base series, then it goes up slowly, like fine-tuned trained model, or like you can see it's $20 per hour per compute per hour. So it depends. Like it's uh, and like if you see this token, this is one request that is sent to this API. So let's start. Um Based on this, I have already built a small demo here. So this is a web API currently, and we can build it based on your functions, or we can mold this into like a web job as well, or any other. Like currently, this is a web API which we will automate using the Azure Logic apps later on. So here uh, you see we just have a simple function called post tweet. Like what I will automate is that I used to tweet a lot uh, based on on Azure or different topics which I have. So let's say I don't have time now and I wanted someone like some tool could be tweeting on my behalf. So also like there is another method to post the blogs on my behalf on my blog, which we will see. So what I did is I simply using the REST API, I just like we do is like REST API, we provided it its URL, base URL, and we here we need to pass on its key, which is in configuration, and we ask for the prompts. So the prompts are the keywords from on the basis of which I want my tweets to be generated. So I have saved some prompts here, like I want that post a tweet about security features of Azure, post a tweet about this, post a tweet about traffic manager, post a tweet about learning materials on Azure. So I have a list of topics based on which I want my system to post tweets on my behalf. We can add multiple, like hundreds of topics here. So what it does is that it picks any random prompt from here and passed on to the OpenAI API. We get a response here, and it posts uh, for using Twitter API to my Twitter account here. Similarly, I have like this post a blog. What it does is that it uses the WordPress APIs, and using the WordPress client, I do the same. I have like for the blog post, I have blog prompts here. Like I have different topics which I can assign. So these prompts currently are in text file here. It can also be picked from a database or a Cosmos DB or somewhere wherever we can we want to pull it from. So it could be dynamic as well later on. It's just for the sake of the demo, I've just pulled on web app here. So this application is hosted on Azure here. So it says a Twitter feeder. So based on this, let's first see like how can we create a logic app. So we just go to Azure portal here and we search for a logic app here. And from the marketplace, we can use this template from Microsoft here. Uh, Most of like I think you guys would already know how to do it, but just for the sake of this demo, I'm again repeating the step. So we can use any resource group here. We can put a name to it, feed project, and we can host it in a Docker container. Or we can just use a workflow here, and we can define the consumption. Like it could be consumption based or it could be a standard based. So standard based is best for like for enterprise level serverless applications, and it offers like we can see now we can see the plan here as well. Like it's 182.32 USD per month. We can also make it consumption based, like how much we use, pay only as much as the workflow runs. So if like for me, it's a small application which will run at a regular interval. So we should go for the consumption based in this case. Next step is just review and create, and it will create a logic app. So we will go back and click like to choose an existing one which is already created here for me. So whenever we go inside a logic app, we can create workflows from this workflow tab here. And here we will see it has already created a workflow here, which we can see like this is a Twitter feeder. And based on this, uh, we can like code it, design it by code using this schema. Or we have a visual designer as well, which like obviously like if we're going serverless and we have a visual designer available, then I would prefer to use this. So currently, like uh, as we see in this designer, so we like have this recurrence action available here, and we have a setting provided. Like in the code view, we have set it to run at a frequency of like every day it runs at these specific hours. So whenever like at 8 p.m., 11 p.m., at 4 p.m., at 11 p.m., sorry, 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 4 p.m., and I'm sorry, and 11 p.m., this will automatically trigger this HTTP webhook, which is calling my open URL where my API is hosted. And this is the endpoint. It's just a simple endpoint that will post a tweet based on the prompts in the system which we have. So as we see that in this feed, we only have one, like it's only posting for the tweets. Uh, Now I want that because we have a post blog option as well, and we want the same recurrence to for the blog as well. So I will add a parallel branch with this, and from here, and you can see we have a lot of built-in connectors available. We can choose like what operation, like we based on it should be based on Azure B log, so we can you see it is of. Just give me one. So as you see, like this is offering, as we choose Azure BLOB, so it's offering the actions we can do on the BLOB itself. Like we can delete a BLOB, we can check whether the BLOB exists. So like the scenario we discussed, like if someone uploads a file and want to compress it, we can choose this behavior. Um, but in our case, like we will go for HTTP. Sorry, for the connector, we will choose HTTP. And in this one, we have further actions available. Like it could be HTTP. It should be based on like we can do based on a Swagger API, or it could be just a webhook. So in our case, it's a webhook. We will choose get. And in our API, as we saw, the method was post blog. So we add this one as well here. It's simple as that. We can add a body as well if we have it's if it's a post call, let's say. So we have more options available. We can define the body. We can like it could be a JSON or anything. So like currently it's a web, so we will go with this. We can do this through the code view as well and everything. So after like now we have these two operations, and I just save this. Let's say. So let's test this out. Uh, Also, like for the recurrence, we have set it to run at a specific interval at 8, 11, 16, and 21. Uh, all of a sudden. But what we can do is like just for the testing, we can go to the main trigger and we can run the trigger from here as well. So currently, I will show you both my Twitter account. Like it's for the last 2 hours back, there was a tweet, and if I refresh it again, 1 hour back there was a tweet, and for the blog, this is just a new blog which I just created for the demo. So if I refresh it, we will see that this is the last blog here. So let's trigger this, and it's saying that it ran uh, the blog there. So what it should have done is that if we go to my Twitter account, so the last one was 1 hour back. So now we will see that just 16 hours back, it tweets for me that check out Microsoft Azure Traffic Manager and this is with some links as well. And for if we go to my blog here, and I just refresh it. So see, based on the chat GPT, automatically it has posted, sorry, a blog post here. So this is just, you know, like for now, like it will keep on running, and based on the logic I have provided, it will keep on blogging for me in this. So these scenarios could be useful for any, you know, companies which are active on social media, or they have a specific task which involves promotions and stuff like that. I'm sorry for the voice. I am not sure what happens. Just okay. We go here. We go back to slides. So just for the references, if you want to learn more, you can go to uh, these links. Like for the Microsoft Open AI, this is yet to come, and hopefully this would be exciting. for the end user, like especially for Microsoft community or technical persons who want to build solutions based on uh, like OpenAI and Microsoft based solutions. And to learn more about Logic Apps and other, you can definitely go to these links below. There was just one more point which I wanted to highlight. Uh, I think that's all for yeah. So that is all from my side.
I have a
If you have
question,
any
sir. Can
questions?
I ask?
Yeah.
Can you move back to the presentation where you told about token in API, Chat API, ChatGPT API? By the way, what is meant by token?
Token is one request which we sent. Like it's like 1,000 tokens means like how many words we are passing in one request. So if we are passing it, like let's say if I show you here, like this is a prompt, right? So this block prompt here, like Azure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So these are probably 11 tokens here. So we can pass on like normally in a chat GPT, we can pass on long statements when we want to explain. I'm sorry. When we want to explain our solution to like OpenAI or chat GPT, we provide a text to it based on which it provides you the response. So the number of tokens are the words included in that one, request that are there. So 1K tokens include like it will cost you around 0.002. So like regarding the pricing, if we, I'll show you uh, like here, go to usage. So for the last, I think it's been used for around like a long time back, February. So from 10th February to March right now, it is working daily and it's tweeting on my behalf and using my credit. So we have actually on this, we just have for 3 months, we have $18 to play with. But you see, out of these $18, it just has yet consumed $0.028. So the number of words which we passed to it actually were very low based on that. Like 1,000 tokens would would only consume when we pass on in a long statement to it. And like for the statements which or the prompts which I passed to it, they are very low. So even for a large number of requests here, it only charged me 0.28 up till now. So I hope that this answers your question.